Oh, hello, and welcome, my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your soulmate reading for May, June 2020. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, and a younger brother of a Scorpio, believe it or not. You probably believe it. Very much my pleasure to be reading for you all today. My kitties seem to be enjoying the day. I've got the windows open, so they're all very vigilant, watching the air go by. And I'm ready to read for you. A couple of things, though. Number one, if you are new to my channel, please do like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell because I'm putting out content every single day. I checked. It's been a while since I let a day go by without something coming out, whether a live stream, one of these recorded videos, or some of my old back catalog from Vimeo.com. I've been pulling the prayers and meditations, re-editing them for YouTube, because I curse like a sailor in a lot of my workshops, because I'm me. I'm the fun one wearing his bon ton. Welcome to bon ton. It's dark mode when I'm doing this. So having to watch my language left, right, and center for YouTube, but I think you'll like some of the prayer and meditation videos I'm putting out. So do consider hitting the notification bell, and by all means feel free to comment in the comment section below should you feel so called. That being said, this is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. Check your other signs. I'm trying to keep these brief because upload times are ridiculous. Trying to keep them between 30 and 40 minutes. In a soulmate contract read, only 13 cards in the spread. I think you'll dig it. It's good information, but it's not overwhelming. Usually I can do like an hour to an hour and a half soulmate or twin flame reading. Which brings me to the point. Soulmate and twin flame are not the same things. They are both soul contracts. The differences between the two are explained in some links in the description box below. Two of which are live chats that I've done on YouTube that were very informative, and the back and forth was very helpful. One is a video I did last year, and one is from spiritual teacher and Hay House author Matt Kahn. Soulmates, twin flames, soul contracts, soulmates, twin flames in some order redefined. He's brilliant, and his healing mantra deck will be the last card down, the healing mantra for both parties in this soulmate contract read. And like a contract, we're going to look at party number one, which will be called Divine Feminine. Party number two, which will be called Divine Masculine, has nothing to do with biological gender whatsoever. So just kind of go along with that. You're a Scorpio, you should be able to intuit which one you are. But there'll be plenty of cards on the table to help you figure that out intellectually as well. Please remember to breathe. The more you breathe and are in the present moment, you'll be able to sense what is yours, what isn't. And the more I do it, the more I will slow down, because the energy's high, even for a dark moon. I had a private client today, was very powerful. So that between that, the caffeine and the astrology going on, I'll do my best to stay in my breath and in the present moment. Please breathe. As we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck, one for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine. All the decks that I read are in the bottom of the description box. Go look, because there's a lot of cool stuff on the way down there, including said Vimeo.com stuff. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. 2 cards, one for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine, in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic, soulmate contract for May, June 2020, or timeless whenever they are watching this, please. Please give us our party number 1, the Divine Feminine. Thank you very much. And our party number 2, our Divine Masculine, in this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying, soulmate contract May, June 2020 are timeless. Now, before I flip these over, archetypes are neutral. The Way These Cards Work by Carolyn Myss, MYSS. I love her. Brilliant spiritual teacher. The bottom half of the card is the shadow attribute, the stuff you don't want to look at, the stuff you don't want anybody to know about, even if you have looked at it. The top half of the card is the light attribute, what you're shooting for, the healthier stuff. But keep in mind, a soulmate contract. You help each other heal. You have more than one. Not every soulmate is romantic sexual. My mom and I are soulmate contract. We help each other heal. I have before I was born. So, but this one is about, obviously, the sexual romantic one, usually a bit more triggery. This is the stuff you're helping each other heal, whether you have met each other or not. Well, and the Divine Feminine ain't gonna like the name of this one, but everybody has this one. It's a member of the survival family of archetypes. The Victim, which its light side, its gold versus the lead, is Victor, the Victor. So how do you overcome the victimization of survival in this world? And the Divine Masculine Companion archetype. So you have a survival family archetype, which everybody has, and the romantic sexual genre is where we really kind of get our nose rubbed in this stuff, boundaries and all of that. And the healing family of archetypes with the Companion, very much relational oriented. Let me read you the Divine Feminine Victim archetype here. Shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. We've all done it, but is it your go-to? Inability to maintain personal boundaries, because what's victimization? What makes you a victim is when somebody crosses a boundary. But if you have an inability to maintain them, let alone set them, that's what this archetype is for. It teaches you the power of self-esteem and boundaries. The light attribute, what you are shooting for, prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So boundaries aren't just about what you keep out. It's also what you keep in. Like when you're having a bad day and you take it out on somebody else, you bind that back, right? Boundary. Read Sacred Contracts. That book is no joke. Changed my life. That came out in the 90s, I think. Maybe turn of the century. The Companion archetype for the Divine Masculine. The shadow attribute, betrayal by misusing confidences. Loss of personal identity. So not just sharing things that are kept in confidences outside of that confidential agreement, but a loss of personal identity, that you don't know who you are in the shadow when you are a companion, right? The toady, the sidekick, that I don't know who I am without Batman. You're Nightwing. Do your research. The light attribute, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness, right? So very, very healing in its light, very, very toxic in its shadow, but that's archetypes for you. If you're not sure, because I could see, well, no, let's be the companion. I could see anybody not wanting. I understand nobody wanting to be this, but everybody has to learn these lessons, and more than just once, right? And if we're not doing them in our interpersonal relationships at home or in romance or in family, we're doing it at work, right? So there's always a way to get through this. So let's keep going. We're going to take 2 cards. The Healing with the Angels Oracle. Actually, I don't think I used these in the Libra reading. Oops, sorry, Libras. It's been a busy day. The Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What is the healing angel that is working with both of them to help them heal in this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Dealy, yo, soulmate. Breathe. Here we go. My angels, please, 2 cards. One for the Divine Feminine Victim archetype, one for the Divine Masculine Companion archetype in the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying contract, soul contract for May, June 2020 or timeless, whenever they are watching this, please. One for the Divine Feminine Victim archetype, there we go, and one for the Divine Masculine Companion archetype. See, I can feel the loyalty and the tenacity and wanting to help the victim, but there's certain things here that the victim archetype really needs to heal within herself in order to support it so that it becomes symbiotic. So the boundaries can be respected, because a lot of what this divine feminine does is give, but does not receive. So this is an opportunity for that to balance itself out. Intention. What do you want? Why do you want it? So the healing angel of intention, to get really, really clear. Like, for example, I want to set healthy boundaries so that I can experience my own self-worth, so that I can give without draining myself, so that I can receive without having someone enable me, right? Enable me in a toxic way, just as an example. So boundaries are really big. Self-esteem and boundaries are the victim archetype. Victor, right? Victor, the spoils of war go to the victor. This is an opportunity for you to find victory in a soulmate contract, as opposed to a twin flame one. But you got to look at not just what you want, why you want it. For the companion, we've got the guardian angel, so the higher self, the spirit, akin to the soul, but in my experience, the soul is an extension of the higher self, and the personality is an extension of the soul, and the ego is part of the personality, so it's like Russian stacking dolls, essentially. So there's something going on here. Can the companion be a companion to the higher self? One would think yes, but certainly a broader, more spiritual perspective would be helpful in this Scorpio soulmate contract. Interesting. Like, the companionship here may be more spiritual at first, while the victim kind of clarifies what it is they really want, and more core why they want it. Let's get 3 cards, shall we? From the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the Divine Feminine, simple timeline, past, present, future. We will do the same for the Divine Masculine Companion archetype with the Mythic Tarot. Nice deep breath, please. Ah, nice clear energy field, please, my goddesses. 3 cards. Simple timeline, past, present, future for this divine feminine victim victor archetype with the healing angel of intention in this Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic, satisfying soulmate contract for May, June 2020. Or timeless, where she has been in the contract. Where is she now in this soulmate contract? Where is she headed in this soulmate contract? Now remember, it's very possible these two have not met. It is possible that maybe they have met and they are not together. And it's possible that they know each other and are sequestering in the same place together. All of that is on the table for these reads, regardless of how they turn out. So where has she been? Ooh, the 5 of Flames, Pele, the volcano, right? In the past, recent past relative to this, there has been either a Kundalini awakening, an explosion of passion, an explosion of anger, an explosion of frustration, definitely fire on the move that changed the game. 5s are numbers of change. Change and transformation are different things, right? The weather changes. The weather doesn't really transform. You put cake batter in a pan, put it in the oven, it transforms into a cake. There's no going back from a transformation. In other words, so this is about a change, and perhaps a change of desire as a result of, I could feel that pent-up thing, like maybe victim no more, right? Because just because it says the victim archetype doesn't mean that this divine feminine can't already be in victory if her boundaries are intact. And chances are, if you're on a spiritual path and been doing it for a while, you've learned about not just psychological, but spiritual boundaries. Particularly if you're an empath, you have to learn that everything that you're feeling is not all your own. It's passing through you in order to be healed from the collective. So not that you can shut that stuff out, good luck, I tried. But that you can know, right, that is not mine, but I can allow it to pass through me, loving what rises. So perhaps there's been some serious alchemy and some explosion, some frustration, some creativity, some passion, getting this divine feminine to shift her boundaries. But then we go from the Five of Flames to the Four of Cups here. Real dissatisfaction emotionally, or at least emotional release. And like I said, perhaps an empathic thing moving through her. So if this is the Scorpio, I mean, this in other readings, this is going to be, this Divine Masculine is going to be the Scorpio. But definitely that feeling of emotion, particularly underneath all anger is sadness. It's just how it goes. Underneath all rage is pain. But a dissatisfaction, at least. Yes, the card is called sadness, but it need not always be sadness, mourning, and grief, so much as it can be an emotional release, and perhaps an empathic one. That's why call to the angel of intention. Get clear not just on what you want, why you want it, because the what is the engine, the why is the engine, the what is the caboose. Really feed the why, feel the why, focus on that, feel that. And because remember, yes, usually the fours are about rest, but it's often when we rest that we process the emotions through us as well. Where is she headed in this soulmate contract? Good. She gets to the Nine of Cups. Kuan Yin, the wish fulfillment card, contentment, compassion for self, though there's a compassion card in this deck, the Six of Cups. This is really going with the flow, feeling good about oneself, right? You could say the emotions that come with healthy self-esteem. Now, to clarify, self-esteem is a verb, not a noun. Carolyn Mace, do the research. She's amazing. Study her. She's quite amazing. But also, what are the feelings that come along with healthy self-estimation? Like, I don't want to talk about high self-esteem and low self-esteem. Sociopaths have high self-esteem, right? Healthy self-estimation. And really, the ego has a version of self-estimation, and the soul has a version of self-estimation. And the version of the soul's self-estimation is, we're doing good, no matter what's going on. We are divine beings. We don't die. We're birthless, deathless, guiltless, sinless. We're all on humanity's healing journey here. So let's do this. Let's go with the flow. Let's be the enlightened beings that we are, no matter what we're feeling or going through. So it feels like she is going to, if she has not already, not just set those boundaries, but sort of, you're giving me this image of sort of clearing away the weeds around the boundary, right? Like cleaning that up inside, and maybe letting go of some people as a result, if that's part of her intention. Let us see what's going on with this divine masculine companion archetype. Nice deep breath. Do you hear those birds? Hi, birdies. My gods, the collective divine yang, the divine masculines, please, 3 cards, past, present, future, simple timeline for this divine masculine companion archetype with the guardian angel healer there in this Scorpio collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, satisfying sexual soulmate contract for May, June 2020, or timeless. Where has he been, the card of the past, in this contract? Where is he now in this contract? Now I saw you. If I saw you, it don't count. Go around again if you're the right card, please. Where is he now in this soulmate contract? Thank you. And where is he headed in this soulmate contract? It's funny how often the cards that I say, no, I saw it, actually come back around. This one I didn't see. Where has he been? He's been bound. He's been dealing with perhaps some addictions, some attachments, some unhealthy vibrations, some codependence, but perhaps even just suppressed sexuality. And that doesn't necessarily always come with the card of the devil, but I'm feeling that, right? That this companion perhaps has lost some personal identity, some personal sexual identity here, and the guardian angel saying, come on, it's okay to feel this stuff. It's a bodily thing. It's like being hungry or thirsty or having to go to the bathroom or needing sleep, right? So maybe there's been some sexual repression there, just what I'm getting off of that, because then that is still very much in that idea of being chained. And this is the god Pan. You know, pagans, we don't got a devil figure, but we do have Pan, we do have Cernunnos, we do have the green man, often horned, but so are deers and antelope. You know, antelope tonight. Dad's got the car. It's a bad joke. It's supposed to be cantaloupe. Knock, knock, who's there? Cantaloupe, cantaloupe, cantaloupe tonight. My dad's got the car. Pardon me. Childhood flashback. But definitely that idea of being in chains of fear in some way, shape, or form, because we are still afraid of nature, aren't we just? Locked down as we are? It's a smart thing. Where is he now? Ooh, the Hierophant. So maybe some spiritual growth here. Maybe some procedural spiritual practice, some step-by-step, some spiritual healing. This is Chiron, the wounded healer, right, in his cave. So definitely an indication there of some sort of spiritual process or awakening. Maybe even higher education of some way, shape, or form for this companion. 3 major arcana cards in a row, the new beginning of the Fool. So my sense is these two are not together. These two have not met. Or if they have met and know each other, they are just not together. And that might be why she's a little dissatisfied, right? 4 of Cups, kind of feeling victimized by situations, but that's giving her time to get really, really clear on her intention, what she wants. And if that intention is, I want to be good inside my own boundary, I want to love who I am, then that's certainly in the future for her, or something similar if that's her intention or similar. Where he's got the Devil, the Hierophant, and the Fool. 3 major arcana cards in a row there. Major spiritual, mystical dealio going on here. And this is really not just the new beginning. It's not the Ace, the Fool. The Fool is the 0 card. It's in between the ending of the major arcana and the arcana and the beginning. And particularly maybe after some kind of spiritual practice is a whole new, fresh leap of faith into the new and maybe into this soulmate contract. Very interesting. Last card down. Let's have a look here using, where's the bookie book? Where is the bookie book? Is the bookie book not here? I just read from it before. Oh, there it is. Just put it over on my sideboard. Yes, I have a sideboard. Isn't that lovely? Not a cyborg, a sideboard. A Davenport, whatever you want to call it. Sideboard. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. I mentioned him before, I think. You know, about the links explaining Twin Flame and Soulmate and all of that in the description box. Definitely go check those links out. But let's get you a Healing Mantra deck card. My Scorpios or Cross Watchers, whoever works this mantra because of the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, not only will you be healing yourself, you will be helping the other heal, whether you know each other, whether you're together or not. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, oh please, oh please, oh please. 1 card in clarity for the Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in this happy, healthy, wealthy, satisfying, sexual, intimate, romantic, soulmate contract for May, June 2020, or timeless for this divine feminine victim and this divine masculine companion, please. What is the healing mantra that will help them both heal regardless of who works this mantra for a period of time? Please, the perfect healing mantra for them. Thank you, my Ascended Masters. And we've got Growing Beyond Guilt. This is a great card because it couldn't have happened any other way. It couldn't have happened any other way. Interesting. Growing Beyond Guilt. And like I said, it feels like there is some sexual repression, something going on here in the past with this companion here, and it does feel like there was an explosion here in the past for this divine feminine. So this mantra, it couldn't have happened any other way, might be the very thing to help them heal and move on. Oh, and I almost forgot a whole other deck. That's the second time I did that with the Libras. Now we forgot. Okay, it is Dark Moon in Taurus. I need to ground. The energy is high for Dark Moon. I'm going with it though. What are the voices of the higher selves? Please forgive me. I took a day off. Nice deep breath. Voices of the higher selves, please. 2 cards. What are the whispers of love for this Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. May, June 2020. One for the divine feminine victim. And one for the divine masculine companion. Let's have a look. Physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. See, I feel like these two aren't together. And that might be why she's feeling a little victimized, right? It's like she can't cross the boundary if they're not together physically in the same location. And therefore is really feeling that. And she needs to know, she needs to grow beyond that guilt that it couldn't happen any other way. Isn't that right, Melchior? Little kitty cat visit. Well, don't show him your eyes. Show him your face. Your face is so much prettier. Nope. Okay. There he is. What's he got? Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. So for the divine masculine, I could see that with that card of the Fool there, taking the leap of faith, expressing their love. We're here for this divine feminine victim here to really get that it's also okay to open up that boundary as she's ready in terms of victory, to allow physical touch in a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise way, particularly with this soulmate. And let's face it, Scorpio, 8th house, money, sex, and power. Other people's resources of money, sex, and power. And kitty cats. All right, scooch. Nope, you don't wanna. Nothing like a Taurus. Dark moon and Taurus cat. Growing beyond guilt. I will tell you, this dark moon has been really, really challenging, not just for myself, not just for many of the intuitives that I know, but also for the empaths in general. The energy is so, I won't say wacky, but chaotic. But chaos is divine order that we don't understand, so we call it chaos. So growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. When you grow beyond guilt, there is a heartfelt acceptance that any sequence of events unfolds in a perfect flow that is organized and expressed by the universe. Understand this from the soul's point of view. The ego never sees it that way. This takes the pressure of control off your shoulders so you can enjoy the way in which life has come to be. Since everything is destined to change and can only change you for the better, growing beyond guilt enables you to see how exquisitely the gift of life unfolds. This mantra is ideal for releasing the past, unhooking from karmic patterns, and forgiving yourself, which I kind of feel like that is a thing here for both of them. So a very powerful mantra for both of them. It couldn't have happened any other way. Let's pop up the larger picture and see what we see, shall we? Breathe. Magic clap. Because we have got the victim archetype. In her shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. The light attribute prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. So not just keeping things out, keeping things in, but with an intention. The angel of intention. What is your intention? Do you intend to heal this? Do you intend to let it go by? The angel of intention is helping you heal in the sense of getting you in touch with not just what you want, but why you want it, and particularly from the soul's perspective of everything is here to help us grow, heal, learn, and evolve, including the violation, which absolutely sucks. I'll be the first to say having your boundaries violated and in any way, shape, or form sucks, but learning how to set and maintain them is just as necessary a soul lesson as anything else. Because you've got that 5 of flames in the past, most likely an explosion of frustration. And if that frustration has to do with a lack of physical touch, which the higher self indicates here, physical touch is important. Certainly there could have been stress built up, an inflamed nervous system, lava boiling under the surface for a period of time that exploded in this contract that led to this Four of Cups, maybe this feeling of regret, dissatisfaction, sorrow, emotional release. But with the boundaries gently restored and maintained, she moves into the Nine of Cups, that Kuan Yin, that compassion for herself and others, that understanding that this couldn't have happened any other way will definitely be of benefit to her, particularly with that understanding of, you know what? I've been isolated. That's why I feel like these two are not together. With that card, physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. And I feel like she needs it, but she's going to learn how to get that in a healthy way and maybe even give herself that hug in a real tangible way. Jumping over to the Divine Masculine Companion, we've got the shadow attribute, betrayal by misusing confidences and a loss of personal identity, alchemizing into loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And with that Guardian Angel card there, and with 3 major arcana cards here, I feel like this is a mystic I'm looking at here. That's someone who's really working their ascension process, right? Becoming more conscious of subconscious and unconscious motivations. Probably also an empathic thing going on here, particularly with that Devil card, that card of Pan, right? Connecting to the more sexual, I don't want to say bestial, that's not the right word for it, but let's say physical, animal aspects and instincts within all of us, right? Absolutely necessary for that stuff to be embraced and healed. Otherwise, it becomes the shadow, possesses us, and we get wicked toxic. And with the Hierophant in the present moment, that there is some kind of spiritual or psychological healing, some higher learning process going on here that leads him to begin again with the Fool card there, Dionysus stepping off the cliff in perfect love and in perfect trust of the universe, with a willingness to express love. Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love, and maybe that's the thing. Being willing to express love to himself as well as to this Divine Feminine. Understanding that what they're really doing here is growing beyond guilt. Not just forgiveness, growing beyond even the concept of guilt, that it couldn't have happened any other way, and that sins, if you want to use that word, according to the Course in Miracles, are just errors that can be corrected, but must be corrected from outside the paradigm of which the error was made. And that is the realm of the higher self and the soul. So, yeah, all soul contracts are mystical and spiritual. Obviously, they are soul contracts. But this one in particular, considering Scorpio has a very strong connection to the mystical, the mysterious, the hidden, that there's some stuff going on here that is really, they are helping each other heal, whether they are together or not, whether they know each other or not, and maybe if they're married, right? That there's still some very powerful stuff going on here, but they both need to grow beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. It doesn't matter which one is saying the mantra, the one who works it is going to be helping both of them grow, heal, learn, evolve. And may that be their blessing. May they be so blessed. The Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their soulmate contracts, may they heal, may they grow, may they evolve, may they be the best that they can be, growing beyond guilt. Understanding that physical touch is important and being willing to express love with a clear intention and integrating the higher self, the guardian angel, into this relationship for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. Please do feel free to comment in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to check some of the content that I am putting out day by day. And Melchior and I wish you the very best and the very blessed, give me this tail, for my Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.